Going towards 2027, what are the practical steps to ensure that you do not come back here and cry foul after losing that election?
Thank you. Just two observations, and I just give some go ahead. One, I've been thinking, we have a problem in Africa because some of us, we sit at a level where we are able to formulate policies and think on a wider level. Where you get elected in terms of masses, appealing to the masses and saying, God, when you elect me, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to use security institutions, I'm not going to use institutions of government. Then when you come in, you discover you have tear gas, you have NIS, you have police, you can order around, you have helicopters that you can go to intimidate people, like in Mbae. So that's number one observation. It is so sad. One moment, you are there begging for votes. And I can tell you today, no one single shilling was spent for people who elected Ruto in 2022. People just came out of the narratives he created and all that. And they are the kind of sympathy because of the issues they had with Uhuru Kenyatta. So how you think, therefore, now, Fred, you can buy loyalty and votes? It is amazing. And let me tell you one thing, some things are not possible. How you simply think because you're in power, you have the money, of course, from wherever you have gotten the money from. No, you can now go and buy literally votes, if you vote for me, I'll go buy. That's one observation. But number two, if, Fred, you think you are popular, if you think, let's be fair, fine, you have been in power for 4 years. If you think you are popular, why go kill people? Today, there are going to be barrios this weekend in Chwere and Marava. Barrios. Why kill people in the pursuit of power? I don't know what they had with this Chwere guy. The night before, he told me, because we were to communicating, the literal agents were being chased in their homes to be beaten and being forced to take money to go and switch sides. Now in Narok, you saw what happened. On the night before, police came and goons to the home of the candidate Mascode and harassed everybody in the home. So the question is, if you are very popular, why then do you use force? If you have cut down...
Don't you think this will happen again?
I'm coming there. So, Fred, if you think you are popular and you have cut down opposition, why chase people in Kariobangi with tear gas again in church? The question is, what is all these people go to pursue with Fred when they're in power? But let me come to your question. One, immediately in Mbae, on Friday morning, we constituted a team of lawyers, 15 of them, led by JB himself. They are putting up a case because, like you said, what you do in history, in these things, you learn something, you try first of all to go. Politics, they did what they did. Let's go legal. And I can tell you, those issues I'm raising here, they will be raised. We are waiting for the CJ, by the way, to gazette an electoral court that's going to deal with that, with the petitions. We are going simply to go one by one. We have listed of 15 malpractices that happened, okay? All of them tied to IBC, and also trying to show state interference and all kinds of things. So number one, we are going to test the systems, and you're going to be seeing this because they're going to be in the media, how they are going to play out one by one about the things that happen. So in the hope that we are going to find culpable some IBC people, because it's one thing for government to misbehave, but when government goes into bed with independent institutions, then we are going to lose it. But number two, and this is important, I want to tell the Kenyan people, because you have asked a very good question, what will happen in the future? I want to tell the Kenyan people that we are going to have a general election where we are going to have MCAs and MPs and senators, women reps, all the way to the president in one polling station, who are going to be there and they will not be intimidated. They will do that because there are 2, 3, 4 people, they go buy them off the agents and all that. I can tell you this, Fred, we will not come back here in 2027 with excuses. It is a lesson, and we have learned the extent the government can do. We have known what IBC can do, and now we are telling our people, because of that, increase the resolve. Increase the resolve to say, if this can happen in Kenya, and sometimes I get thinking, Fred, I think we are either the people who are coaching Tanzania, or they are coaching us. There must be some relationship about the kind of things that happen here. There are people here who believe we're in the current constitution, but they want to rule Kenya using the old constitution. But finally, and this is important, after doing all that, Fred, after using goons all over, in Kabuchai, in Marava, in Narok, right? In Magarini, there was some isolated cases all over the place. Then you come and say, we are saying we are very concerned about goons, and we are going to deal with the goons. Then you go and arrest members. So it's good to say here, you go and arrest members of one community. Again, to try maybe to pit people. Because when you go and say that the goons were members of one community in Kariobangi, after denying that they threw tear gas. Literally. Fred, ask yourself, what is this they are fearing? They are fearing one thing, deep inside, despite all the bravado. The one fear this state has is something called Kasongo and wantam. Deep inside, because they know. The president is a consumer of raw intelligence. He knows the country is moving and it is going. So this is bravado before a fall. They know that this thing is going to go to work. And we are saying we refuse the arrest of those young men. We are asking ourselves, are they the ones who caused all that? Who sent them? How come they are from the same community? And are there plans to again create a rift between one community in Nairobi and another community to show that it is one community fighting the other? We disagree.
And we'll come to discuss the issue of Nairobi because it has also created quite some upheaval. But